Hi everyone, we're going to use a calculator to solve each equation on the interval 0 to 2 pi for theta, and these are the 4 problems we're going to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I'm going to do this first one here. I'm going to go and just, because I'm talking about reference angles, all students take calculus. I know cosine is negative in quadrant 3 and quadrant 4. So the first thing I'm going to do is just get what it is in quadrant 1. So I'm going to make a secondary angle. This is theta as our primary, and just make it positive. And when I do that, I get theta equals inverse cosine of 0.9. And when you do that, you're going to get 0.45. So that would be somewhere, some acute angle here, 0.45. So that's in quadrant 1. But we want quadrant 2 and where's cosine negative? And quadrant 3. So right in here. Because that's where cosine is negative. So what I'm going to do, you know, this little bit is 0.45. And this little bit is 0.45. So all I'm going to do is let my theta, my first angle, since this is pi, I'm going to take pi minus 0.45, and that's going to give you approximately 2.69. And then so that angle, that's this angle right in here. And then for the other angle that's in quadrant 3, I'm going to take pi plus 0.45. So theta 2 would be pi plus 0.45, which is approximately 3.59. So your answers are going to be 2.69 and 3.59. Okay. The next one is this one. I'm going to do the same thing. I want to see what's going on with quadrant 1, so I'm going to do a secondary angle of alpha and just do the absolute value of this. And when I solve for theta or alpha, I get inverse sine is 0.2, which is going to be some acute angle here, and that's going to give you 0.201. Now, since we are in negative, we know that sine is negative in quadrant 3 and 4. So I'm going to draw my reference angle, or extend this out. And I know, basically, if you draw up to the x, that's 0.201, and this one is also 0.201, approximately. So to get the actual angle from here, I'm going to take pi, so for theta 1, that's going to be pi plus 0.201, which is approximately, let's see, what is it? Where am I? Okay, so that's going to be approximately 6.08. No, this one's going to be 3.34. So the length of this angle here. And the whole length of this angle all the way to here, we're just going to take 2 pi minus that. So that my theta 2 is going to be 2 pi minus 0.201, which is approximately 6.08. So your two solutions would be 3.34 and 6.08. And the next one is this one. I'm not going to use secant, I'm just going to use cosine and do the reciprocal, so that's going to be negative 1/4. And we know cosine is negative in quadrant 2 and 3. So we're going to be using pi here. I'll go ahead and use alpha first and just do the absolute value of that. And that's going to give you 1 point, if you take the inverse of that, that gives you 1.32. And so what we're going to do is look at this angle here is 1.32 approximately. I want to know what's it going to be here. I know that little bit is 1.32, and I know this little bit is 1.32. So all we do is we take, or for theta 1, that's going to equal pi minus 1.32, and that's going to equal 1.82. And for my theta 2, I'm going to take my pi plus 1.32, and that gives me 4.46. So those are my two solutions. There. And the last one is very similar. Whoops. It's this one here. So I'm going to change this to sine. The reciprocal of cosecant of sine, all I have to do is flip this. So that's going to be negative 1/3. I know sine is negative in quadrant 3 and 4. So I use my secondary angle of alpha and make it positive here. So we have alpha equals inverse sine of 1/3. So that would be some acute angle here, and that's approximately 0.34. However, we want quadrant 3 and 4, so I'm just going to draw a straight line here. So for my reference angle, this little bit is 0.34. This little bit here is 0.34. So to get this whole angle here all the way through there, I'm going to take pi. So my theta 1 is going to be pi plus 0.34, and that gives you approximately 3.48. And then for theta 2, I'm going to take 2 pi, because this is where you go all the way around. You go to 2 pi, but we need to subtract that out. So that's going to be 2 pi minus 0.34, and that's approximately 5.94. So your solutions are 3.48 and 5.94. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.